So have you ever said that I wish I had more time or I don't have enough time? Of course, we all want to increase our productivity and have more time for the things that we love. So watch this video for not my tips, but from tips that I learned from actually reading an article in the Harvard Business Review where CEOs broke up their time, and it kind of gave a lot of insight into how they spend their time and also the value of tracking your time. And then also from Laura Vanderkam's book on how successful women make the most of their time. So I'm Jane Stoller, I'm a Life Biz organizer, and I'm so glad that you landed on this channel. For the best organizing advice and hopefully inspirational tips, please hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. I think I've clarified that we all want more time. In fact, that's a fact. But actually, when you break it down, we have lots of time. We just need to realize this and be able to track it and make sure we're using it, our precious time, as effectively as possible. To make sure about doing this, I want you to watch this video until the end, where I'm going to be giving away one of my key time management tools that I can't live without. I've shared this with a lot of my clients, and also I've shared some of the tips I'm going to be talking about in my book, especially around not over planning so you lose creativity. So link also below to my video on calendar planning, which makes sure that we don't over busy ourselves so we don't limit our creativity. Now let's jump right in, and I want to get started with some top tips from CEOs. So CEOs have a great deal of help from different resources. However, they more than anyone else in the organization confront an acute scarcity of time. They're always pulled in different directions. So in the Harvard Business Review article published in May 2018 by management guru Michael Porter, which a lot of you may know, he's written a few books and was an undergrad university professor. He did a study taking 27 high-profile CEOs and tracking their time intensely for 3 months. And some of the very interesting conclusions were drawn from it. Their assistants actually tracked their time in 15-minute intervals, but it was very concise. The main conclusion was that where and how CEOs are involved determines what gets done, and it signals their priorities and where they spend their time. Many of you who follow me know that I treat my life like a business, and where I am involved both personally and in my business determines where I get done and what priorities get accomplished. It's not rocket science. It actually makes the most sense, and we really didn't need to read about this from CEOs to figure this out. But we often forget about this. And what's also interesting is that aside from regular meetings and productive work, there's still time for personal well-being. Another big tip from the CEOs was to avoid the lure of email and how not to let email manage your day. Below, I'll be linking my video to how not to let email manage you. In theory, email helps cut down face-to-face meetings and improves productivity, but in reality, many find it ineffective and a dangerous time sink. But for many of us, we still have trouble avoiding this, myself included. That's why I use a time cube sometimes and just shut off my email. But email can interrupt work, it extends our workday, and intrudes in our time for family and our thinking time, our creativity time, and it's not conducive to kind of thoughtful discussions. So watch next week for my video on how to make sure that email does not manage you. I'd love to hear your comments below if you've ever diligently tracked your time. One part of the article I found especially important was the importance on well-being. Because given that work consumes every hour of their life, CEOs set limits on how they can preserve their health and their relationships and their family and their friends. And most of the CEOs in our study recognize that they slept on average 7 hours a night, or 6.9 to be exact. And many even made time for regular exercise regimes, which consumed about 9% of their non-work hours, or about 45 minutes a day. So if a CEO can exercise and sleep 6.9 hours a day, I feel like we should be able to achieve that. Now switching gears a bit from the CEOs, some of the CEOs are women, of course, but now going strictly to busy women. This book that I talked about by Laura Vanderkam goes into serious depth and follows busy women with kids to see how the balancing act is actually done. It is an incredible book, and I would highly recommend it for anybody who manages careers and kids, or just careers in general, about the time and productivity. She collected hour-by-hour logs from successful women with surprising results. These women worked less and slept more than they thought they did. They exercised, played with their kids, and had date nights. In her book, she shares these strategies, especially on how to focus on scheduling quality family time and taking it easy on more mundane, easily outsourceable tasks such as housework. For the modern women, this is a must read. I really, truly believe this. Not only to inspire, but to validate that we really, truly can have it all. So now that we have a quick handle on time management, next week I'll be sharing an important topic to help with all of this. And I briefly highlighted it today, but it's all about email management and how we should make sure that email does not manage it. So if you like this video, please share it, subscribe, and like it, as I'll be back next week and hope you enjoyed.